everyone, and welcome to this bullet journal flip through video where we're gonna revisit my whole 2022 bullet journal and talk about the previous year. So I have these two journals here. I always use one bullet journal for 6 months and then I switch to a new one in the beginning of July, which is a routine that works for me very well and helps to keep some yearly structure here on the channel as well. So I used this basic black journal for the beginning part of the year, and looking back I really like how clean and sophisticated the black color looks. Both of my journals this year were from Notebook Therapy and I've been very happy with them as always. They are probably my favorite brand overall, selling bullet journaling supplies with all their cute collections and stuff. The only thing I sometimes miss about these journals is a pen loop, but I don't travel with my journal that much, so it's not that big of a deal for me. Anyway, if you're new around here, my style of journaling is pretty artsy. I almost treat my bullet journal as my art sketchbook and place to improve my designing and art skills. So I continued with a lot of painting this year as well, which you can definitely see here in the themes. I also experimented with some new methods and decoration styles. I think the Black February theme must be one of my personal favorites from this year. It was also one of the most time-consuming themes I've ever done, but if I have a little bit more quiet month somewhere next year, I would love to create something similar to this one. In general, I've been bullet journaling now for almost 5 years, which sounds crazy. So I feel like I definitely know what works for me at this point. I think I might have even gotten a little bit too comfortable about certain pages or monthly structures. And there were moments this year when I thought that I should maybe branch out from my regular pages a little bit, just for you guys and the videos at least. It would be nice to show you something a little bit different every once in a while, but this happened to also be the busiest year for me in a while. I upgraded my shop in the beginning of the year, which has taken quite a bit of my time and energy. So there were a few months where I felt like I was just hurrying to get the videos done in time. I hope it didn't show from the themes and videos that much, but I definitely took some easier routes in some of the themes and also got them done faster than maybe in my previous years here on YouTube. But I don't know if that's such a bad thing. It's kind of been a creative challenge in itself to come up with something that looks very nice and put together, but still won't take too much time, if you know what I mean. This year has also been a little bit challenging in terms of all the new video styles that you see everywhere, like the vertical shorts here on YouTube and Instagram, not to mention TikTok, which definitely add their own challenge and pressure, especially for creators. I've kind of taken the road of not caring about it too much if I feel like I don't have time for it, but it's something I'd like to get better at next year. So any requests or ideas for that would be highly appreciated. Anyway, I also feel like I really got into some vintage styles this year. I think it all started from the Rococo theme in April, and then I was just containing the urge to create something similar for pretty much all the themes after that. But we might see something similar next year as well, we'll see. Weirdly, I'm currently most excited about the new spring themes. I feel like that rarely happens because I usually love the end of the year with all the warm and rich fall tones. But now I feel like I'm just so ready to skip the winter and jump right into some delicate, pretty spring themes. Let me know how you feel. What is usually the most inspiring season or time of the year for you? When it comes to my other favorite themes this year, I think the May theme has to be up there for me just because of all the neutral colors. And I also ended up really liking the July theme, though that was probably the easiest one for me this year. There was no big painting or anything, but I just ended up liking all the colors and textures together. And that's something I'll probably try to pay a little bit more attention to moving forward. So really leaning on to the designing aspect and color choices. I've also really enjoyed using my half year setup. I think it has worked for me a little bit better than the overall yearly setup in the beginning of the year. And I've actually already started to film the upcoming 2023 yearly setup, which I'm so excited to share with you. I really hope you will like it. It will be pretty artsy as well and have some pretty interesting color choices, which I personally really like at the moment. But otherwise, there are some empty pages here as always, though I think I've gotten pretty good at avoiding sections that I know I'm not gonna use. So you're not seeing many habit trackers or any kinds of pages you have to remember to fill daily. Those are just some things that I know I will forget to use, but I think I'll still try to throw them in there every once in a while also next year. I think it's sometimes nice to revisit something you've done in the past just to change things up a little bit. But yeah, I'd say that there is still like 1 week every month that I don't even set a weekly section for, or when I don't really open my journal that much. For me, the most helpful things about bullet journaling are more the overall planning aspects, like setting some goals or focus areas, and then doing some reflection, writing about my feelings, listing some memories, and things like that just helps me to keep my mind a little bit more clear, and that helped me to feel more organized in general. The task lists, of course, still help me in my everyday life, but I feel like if you do a very good overall plan, you kind of know what things need to happen. And sometimes I feel like I have such a clear plan in my mind that I don't even need my task list for it. But yeah, towards the end of the journal, the December pages are still almost empty. And I also just wanted to show you how I tend to use the extra pages in these notebooks. So I always need some space to test and take pictures of my own stickers or washi tapes, maybe test some new pens and stuff like that. And that's what I use these final pages for. Because when I use my bullet journal for only 6 months, there are still usually some pages left in the end. But I think that's a great opportunity to test out some paints or pens, maybe swatch some colors together, or use it for some brain dump or mind maps, or something that doesn't necessarily fit into any other part of your journal. Anyway, as always, I would love to hear which was your favorite theme this year and how did this year go for you in general? I think this might have been a bit weird year for many of us. I definitely felt like after COVID and the long quarantine life, I was so excited to just kind of live my life and go out again, meet friends and stuff like that. And I also feel like many people are finding new hobbies or craving for a change in their life. Or I don't know, maybe that's just something that I've seen on social media recently. So I would love to hear what you think about that. Where are you on your life and your bullet journaling journey? And what would you like to see next year? I will also continue my reading journal next year. It's been something that I really enjoyed. And I've also been pretty chill about it, so not putting a lot of pressure on myself for that. And there will be a separate reading journal flip through this month as well. But yeah, I feel like now it's just time to thank you guys for another amazing year here on YouTube. I'm so grateful and honestly pretty surprised that my channel is still alive and that I've been able to make these videos as long as I have, and I will definitely keep making them as long as there's someone still watching. I don't think I can even imagine a life without the bullet journal anymore. I've been using it for such a long time that it really is a part of my life at this point. But anyway, I think that's all for this yearly recap. If this was your first time around here and you want to stay tuned for more, definitely consider subscribing. Also, I want to mention that all of these themes and also many of my previous themes are available on my shop as digital downloads. I have a pretty big gallery of them already. They will also be very soon updated for the upcoming year. All the themes have a plank option, so you are already able to use them, but I will just do the extra step of updating all the calendars and stuff. It will be clearly mentioned somewhere when the update happens, and I will also let you know in the YouTube community tab or somewhere, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I guess that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day or night wherever you are, and a lovely holiday season ahead. And I'll hopefully see you in my next one. Bye bye!